Alright, so this is another minute comic I made. It's called Sonic the Hedgehog Origins, right. So it shows classic Sonic on the left, modern Sonic on the right. I think this is gonna explain how Sonic becomes modern, how the characters receive their redesigns. Okay, so then we start off with classic Sonic saying, "Ah yes, a nice day to adventure." Oh, okay, that's my classic Sonic voice. And then he goes like, "Choo!" He like runs. And then we meet Knuckles, who has glowing purple eyes for some reason. He goes like, "Hey, Sonic the Hedgehog!" And then Sonic responds with, "Hey, Knuckles the Echidna, you look taller. Why are your eyes purple?" And then Knuckles goes like, "You haven't had a growth spurt yet?" And then classic Sonic goes like, "No, not yet." And then classic Knuckles goes like, and then Knuckles, who is now not classic anymore, he goes like, "I'm the only one who has hit it so far." And then classic Sonic, he goes and runs away. Then he goes like, "Okay, see ya, Nux." And then classic Sonic's arms, while he's running, they grow for some reason. Then he goes like, "What's happening to my arms?" And then he gets taller, and he loses his body fat. Then he goes like, "Whoa, I'm not chubby anymore. I feel strangely taller." And then his quills grow, and then his eyes become green. And then he goes like, "My quills, they're longer. My eyes are green." And then his shoes, and then he's like, "Oh, I need to change my shoes. They're so small," because like his shoes are now toddler size, I think. Okay. And then he continues running. He goes like, "Let's go to the shoe store." And then he says, "Ow," because of his shoes. And then he continues running. He goes like, "Ow!" And then at the shoe store, it shows Sonic with his blistered feet from running with small shoes. And then he goes like, "My feet hurt." And then it shows all these shoes, and it shows Sonic going like, "Hmm." Then it cuts 2 hours later, and Sonic finds the perfect shoes. He goes like, "Perfect, yes." And then Sonic running in his new shoes, he goes like, "Yeah, this is great, yay." And then later he meets Tails, and then Sonic goes like, "Hey, Miles Tails Prower, what's up, bro?" And then Tails is like, "Hi, Sonic, you're taller and your eyes are green." And then Sonic goes like, "Yeah, I hit my growth spurt." And then Tails goes like, "Cool, hey, I think I just hit mine," and because his eyes are growing blue, glowing blue now. Then a few days later, it cuts to Amy turning 15, and then Sonic, like the creepo he is, he's thinking to himself, "She's so cute." And then then a Robotnik Slayer. There we have classic Eggman. He goes like, "I'm getting old," and then he takes off his glasses. He twists his mustache around. He says, "Let's change that." And he says, "This outfit is hideous." Many outfits later, we find the outfit that Eggman is now known for, and he goes like, "Nice mustache trim," and then the final panel, he goes like, "Dr. Eggman has arrived." So yeah, Eggman is here.